going.
Okay.
I'm sort of in it. Yeah.
You have to lean forward a little bit.
Yeah, I've got a back thing over there. So, you said you haven't tried sort of pure IFS, but
Right.
done some parts where,
Yeah, and my current therapist, I do, or she does, what's it called? AES, is it ASP?
AEDP?
AEDP, yeah. So very, we're very focused on self.
Yeah, oh good.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know some stuff about IFS.
Yes. Yeah. Amy and I talk a lot about it,
Uh-huh.
so I've learned a lot from her.
Mm-hmm.
There just aren't many people in my area that do it.
Baltimore.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I talk in parts a lot, because I know enough to be dangerous.
Right. A lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm happy to sort of introduce you to
Yeah.
to the process. Did you have a place you wanted to start? Or is there something you wanted to work on?
I think at this point, well, one of the things, what we were talking about downstairs is like the reactive part to, the stigmatizing stuff that goes on and, and the Steve Dunns of the world and that
Right.
kind of thing. So I'm a big crier, so I'm going to cry.
Okay.
Yep. Just thinking about it makes me cry.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can start there.
Yeah.
So the part of you that gets so hurt by people like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and just focus on that feeling and find it in your body, around your body.
Yeah.
Where do you find it?
Really in my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you notice it there, how do you feel toward that part of you that gets so hurt?
I do feel empathy for it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So let it know that and see how it reacts to your empathy.
It's glad I notice
You're good.
and that I am empathetic.
Good. And before we go any further with this part, just check and see if there's any fear about spending more time with it. And maybe even seeing where it wants you to know about where it's stuck in the past and things like that. Or doing it with me or doing it on video.
Yeah, I'm always an open book. I've found that to be helpful to me, and so I'm not scared about it being on video.
Okay.
I think there is a part, I'm not sure what it is, that is, I don't know if scared is the right word. It's just yeah, I guess it is scared. It always comes back to fear, right? So yeah, it just is like how much more is this gonna hurt?
Yeah. So let me address that.
Yeah.
So I understand why that part doesn't want to go through the pain of it again and all that. But let it know that if it gives us permission to really go to this hurting place, it'll hurt for a while, but we can actually unload a lot of the pain. So you won't have to live with that kind of fear of being hurt like that.
Yeah.
So, but with these parts that have those fears, they're the boss. We don't do it without their permission. So just check with that part and see if it's still up for this or if it is up for this at all.
and it is, and in fact, it helped my body sort of release some of the tension.
Good, yeah. We appreciate it, and if it ever feels like it's too much, you can let me know and we'll pause and see what we can do.
Okay.
So any other fears before we go there again?
I don't think so, no.
Just check, just ask.
Yeah,
for a
okay,
second.
okay. No.
Okay, good. So focus on the pain again. And how do you feel toward it now?
I feel more neutral.
You feel
That
open,
it's-
open to getting
Yeah,
to know it?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
let it know that. Yeah, let it know. We really want to get to know it and help it.
Yeah.
And just see what it wants you to know about itself. And why these things hurt so much. And don't think, just wait and see what comes from this
Okay.
place.
It wants me to know that it's still always running in the background. And as much as I try to think it's not there as much, it is.
Okay. So there are times when you try to ignore it or pretend that it's not there. Is that right? Or you don't feel it so much.
I think I misinterpret it. I think I've convinced myself that it's not there as much.
Yeah, okay.
And then I put on a good face.
Right. And ask this part what that's like for it to have you do that. And just wait for the answer.
It feels really dismissed.
Yeah. So if it feels right and sincere, could you apologize to it for doing that so much?
Yeah.
And just see how it reacts to your apology.
It wants to believe me.
Right, you gotta prove it.
Yeah.
So let it know you get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, words are,
Right.
cheap, right? Okay. All right, but let it know, at least for this hour, you're gonna be with it in a very different way. And we're gonna do it, we're gonna help it.
Yeah. It said okay.
It's interested.
Yeah.
And at this point, do you see it at all, or you just sense it in there?
I guess I see it. It just is like this blank ball.
Yeah. How close are you to the ball, would you
Very
say?
close.
You're right
Yeah.
next to it?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough distance that I can see the whole thing.
Great. Yeah, so how are you feeling toward it now?
I feel a little standoffish.
Okay. Do you know why? Because it's being sassy with you and telling you
Yeah, I think it's just like you're
defensive?
still here.
Oh, yes, so
Yeah.
we really need to get that part
Mhm.
into a kind of waiting room until we're done.
Okay.
So that part is really gonna get in the way. So you have to be a little firm with it,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So now how do you feel toward the ball?
I I feel warmer.
Let it know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let it know you're sorry that you've let that part be so hard on it.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah. And I can tell it's grateful for that.
For the warmth, yeah.
Mhm.
So let's just hang out with it this warm, compassionate way for a while,
Mhm.
till it really does start to trust you more.
Okay.
You do have to earn some trust here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I can get a little closer.
You're good. Okay. And now that it's starting to trust you a little bit, let's just ask if it's ready to show you where it's stuck in the past with these feelings.
Mhm.
And don't think, just see what comes with that question.
Okay. I it it's it's almost like it's jumping between two places.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in, when I was around 10, 12,
Mm-hmm.
and then in my later teens
Okay.
again.
So let's just stay with the younger one
Mhm.
and ask that 10 or 12-year-old to really let you see and feel and sense everything about how bad that was. And you can share what you get or not, it's up to you.
It was yeah, it was this constant, it was a pressure
Mm-hmm.
that was always put on me,
Mm-hmm.
and also the response of all the people around me.
Okay. You're talking about family or beyond?
Family and friends.
And friends.
Yeah.
So there was always pressure to get thinner,
Yeah.
and there were rude comments, or what do you mean by the response of the people?
Yeah, it was my mom taking me to the doctor for that explicit purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and being put on diet pills,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor insinuating that I didn't want it bad enough,
Mm-hmm.
and then my parents threatening to send me to a weight loss camp for the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and it was friends saying, "You have a pretty face, if only you were thinner."
Right.
It just, in my memory, and what was coming through, was it just was constant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you feel toward that girl now as you see that and sense it?
I feel really bad for her.
Let her know. Let her know that. That you're really getting how horrible that pressure felt and all the comments and the messages about how you're not okay. And just stay with it, Chevese. And just see if there's more she wants you to get about all that. We really want to know how bad it was. Everything she wants you to feel and see and sense. Just gonna stay with it until she feels fully witnessed.
She keeps telling me that she feels like it's her fault.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Because she's getting that message,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How could she not? And what did that do to her? Ask her what that feeling that was her fault, what did that do to her?
It made her, she's telling me it made her decide that she would do anything.
To try and be thin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the right thing to do.
Okay. And so it probably made her hard on herself.
Yeah.
She couldn't, right?
Yeah.
So ask her about that. What it did to her self-esteem and
She said that she decided she was going to have to do everything in her power to make people like her, even if she was fat.
okay, so some part decided it was gonna please everybody so that she had some value even if she was fat.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
So it became a big people pleaser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let her know that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 Okay, ask her if she does feel like that's everything, like you really get how bad all that was now, or if there's anything more. While you do that, I'm gonna flip the light on because
Yeah.
it's getting dark in here.
Yeah. And she's also telling me that there was a part of her that kept saying maybe you just shouldn't be here. That's just not.
Like kill
Worth
yourself or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Let her know you get that too. It was that bad
Yeah.
that she really contemplated leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, how's she doing now that you're getting this?
She's a little worried
In what way?
that it's gonna make me really sad.
Oh, she's worried about you.
Yeah.
She's protective of you. Okay. Let her know. She can leave that to me.
Yeah.
I won't let you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But aside from that, what's it like for her to have you really really get how bad it was.
Yeah, she feels heard.
Good. Actually, check and see if that was her that was worried about you or if that was a different part. Just check for a second.
Oh, okay.
You can ask her.
Mhm. Yeah, there's definitely a part that's always taking care of everybody.
Yeah. Is that the one that said it was worried about?
Yeah, it does feel separate from her.
Yeah. So also into the waiting room until we're done. Just ask it to trust me about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause it's really important that we just are with her as much as she needs.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mom part likes to be involved in everything.
Okay. Well, we appreciate it, and right now you can't
She
do
can
that.
take a break.
She can take a break. Yeah. So back to the 10-year-old.
Mhm.
Let's see if there's anything more. If she feels like you get it all now or not.
Okay. She does feel really abandoned too.
Yeah. By the parents or?
Yeah, yeah, 'cause that was the time my mom's alcoholism was very much in full swing.
Okay.
My father was building a business that wasn't going well, and she knew that the writing on the wall was that it was all gonna collapse.
Okay.
Yeah, she could feel it.
So in addition to being bombarded by all these messages, she was worried about the family
Yeah,
survival, right?
she knew it wasn't going to.
Wasn't going to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did she wind up having to take care of the parents too, or?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so she had all that responsibility in addition to feeling so unacceptable and,
yeah.
okay, so let her know we're getting that too. It's
Okay.
horrible.
And my brother, he was younger than me, and so he was under
You have to
my
take care of him too.
Mhm.
So you became the adult in the family basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was good enough for that.
Right. Right. Alright, so let her know we're getting this. It sounds really, really horrible. Yeah.
It was a lot.
Anything else?
No.
She says no?
She says no.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I want you now to go to her in that time period
Mhm.
and just be with her in the way she needed somebody.
Mhm.
So just tell me when you're in there with her.
Okay. I'm with her.
How are you being with her?
I'm hugging her.
How's she reacting?
She's crying.
Good. So just keep hugging her, letting her know she's not alone anymore, that you're going to be taking care of her. And just see if she can trust that.
She's I don't know if giving into it is it's not what I mean. She's just very like falling into
Great.
my hug.
That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Just let her know she's safe now.
Okay.
And And see if there's anything she wants you to do with her or for her back there before we take her to a good place. Like, does she need you to speak for her to these people, or anything she wants, anything at all?
Yeah, she doesn't wanna have to be the one that has to manage everything,
Yeah.
including speaking back to people.
So does she want you to tell them that? What is
Yeah,
she- okay.
yeah,
So can you do that for her?
yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
That feels good.
Good. Yeah, ask her what it was like for her to watch you protect her that way.
She liked it.
And just see if there's more she wants you to do along those lines.
She just wants me to keep hugging her.
Okay. Okay. And if she wants to, we can actually take her out of that time
Mhm.
to a good place. It could be right here, it could be at your home, could be a fantasy place of her choice,
Mhm. Mhm.
wherever she'd like to go. So just see if she's ready to do that.
Okay. She wants to go to. It's a meadow where I walk a lot.
Great. So tell me when you got her there.
Okay. We're there.
How does she like it?
Yeah, she feels good and protected and calm there.
Good. So tell her she never has to go back, and you're going to be looking after her this way.
Okay. Yeah, that makes her very happy.
Uh-huh. And with that, see if now she's ready to unload all these beliefs and emotions she got back there.
I got this sort of, huh? Okay.
And ask her where she carries all that, in her body or on her body.
Yeah, it's like a pressure all the way around her body.
Yeah. And ask what she'd like to give it all up to. Light, water, fire, wind, earth, anything else.
Wind.
Alright, so let's have the wind come in.
Mhm.
So let all that pressure go into the wind and let the wind carry it away until it's all gone.
Yeah, I can see her smiling and waving.
Waving goodbye to
Yeah.
her. That's great.
Yeah.
Just have her check her body and see if there's anything else that doesn't belong to her she'd like to unload.
No.
Okay. So tell her now that she unloaded that, she can invite into her body qualities she'd like to have,
Mhm.
and just see what comes into her now.
She wants to fill her brain with knowledge.
Okay. So she can invite some of that to come in, and then you can keep going with that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do that when there's all this other stuff,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's she doing now?
Yeah, I can just see her being happy, like, just, there's like a glow
Great.
around her. Yeah.
Okay, so she can stay there in the meadow, but there was an adolescent one
Yeah, like late teens.
ready to go to her?
Yep.
Alright, so focus on her and find her in your body, around your body.
She's all throughout my body.
Okay. How do you feel toward her?
I actually feel really grateful for her in some ways.
So let's let her know that. See how she reacts.
She's you better fucking feel that way.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's angry.
At you?
No.
The world?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So has that been her role, is be the angry one, or?
Yeah.
So she's protected you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you're grateful?
Yeah.
Good, good. Yeah, so let's just spend some time appreciating her until she really trusts that too, and trusts that you care about her.
Yeah, it doesn't take her a lot to convince her that
That you care.
I care and that I trust her.
Okay, good. Alright, so ask her where she's stuck in the past.
She's stuck in the how much she perceives I let people walk all over me.
Okay. So she's stuck in times where you were doing that?
Yeah.
Late adolescence or other times?
Say that last part.
Late adolescence?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she's stuck during that period, which she had to sit frustrated watching how
Yeah.
much you didn't have boundaries and you
Right, and I didn't always let her
take over. Yeah. So tell her to really let you feel what that was like for her, and see it and sense it.
She felt like in those times I didn't trust her.
Yeah.
That I was worried I was gonna lose something.
Yeah, if you stood up for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to apologize about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Just you let her know you're sorry you did that to her. How does she react?
She's kind of like, I get it, but it really pissed me off.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Does she feel now like you really get how bad it was for her? Or is there more?
Yeah, she believes me that I knew it was bad for her.
Okay. So I want you to go to her now in that time period and be with her in the way she needed somebody.
tried to give her a hug. She's like, okay.
A little less of a surrender.
Yeah.
So let's just hold her for a while.
Okay. She just is saying that she's appreciative of that, and she doesn't want me to lose sight of what she can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And ask her if there's anything she wants you to do with her or for her back there before we take her to a good place.
She just wants me to remember she's there. That's
That's the big one.
yeah.
So she ready to leave that time and place with you now?
Yeah.
Does she want to go to the meadow or someplace else?
No, she likes stomping around the city.
Okay. Alright. So you got her there in the city?
Yeah.
Okay. And does she want you to hang with her or visit or?
Yeah, just walk and look at things.
Yeah, okay. So you're willing to?
Yep. Yep.
Alright, good. So same thing with her, she never has to go back, and you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
So see if she's ready to unload the feelings and belief she got back there.
Yeah, she's very ready.
And where does she carry that in her body, around her body?
Her shoulders.
What does she wanna give all that up to? Light, water, fire.
Water.
So take her to the water.
Okay.
And when she's ready, she can let all that out of her shoulders and let the water take it away.
Yeah.
So it's all out?
Yeah.
How's she feel without it?
Yeah. She feels lighter.
Lighter, right?
Yeah.
And she can invite qualities now into her body too, if she
Mhm.
like.
Mhm. She wants to be more compassionate.
Right. So that's coming in? Too?
Yeah. Mhm.
Very good. Okay, so each of them can stay in their places, the meadow and the city, but let's bring them together for a little while first
Okay.
and just see how the two of them relate to each other.
Okay. Yeah, the older one is. I just see her reaching out her hand.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. And saying, yeah, this is the way to go.
Mm-hmm. And how does the 10-year-old react?
She's a little hesitant.
Mm-hmm. So let's just spend some time until they're comfortable, more comfortable.
Okay.
And let them both know you're there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they're like your kids now.
Yeah. The younger one's glad I'm there because she's a little scared.
Okay.
The older one's intense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That'll take a while.
Mhm.
But before we stop, let's bring these parts out of the waiting room that had been so hard on the little girl.
Yeah.
And have them see how she is now.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of, they both are like, okay, mom, get, like, we don't need you. That mom part.
Oh, they're saying that to the mom part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is there a mom part that's there too?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Mom that carries the mother energy?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's it reacting to this?
Oh, it likes to control both of them, so it's a little, worried.
And ask, what's it worried about?
It's worried that they're just gonna be too carefree and
And then what?
they might get hurt because they're not worried about the things they should be worried about.
Okay, but do they realize you're gonna be taking care of this? You're gonna be like the parent? Does she realize that?
Yeah, now she does.
Okay, good, yeah. So ask her if she likes having to carry this mother energy, or she might like to unload it.
Yeah, she's just saying, I never wanted it.
No, she got stuck with it.
Yeah.
She ready?
Yep.
Ask her where she carries that in her body or on her body.
Her stomach.
What would she like to give it up to?
Not having all the responsibility.
Yeah, what would she like to give that responsibility up to? Light, water, fire.
Oh, yeah. Water again.
Okay, so take her to the water too. When she's ready, she can give up all that responsibility, all that mother energy. It was never hers to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, she was very happy to unload that.
Good. How does it feel now to not have it?
Much lighter.
Yeah. Okay. And she can see what kind of role she'd like to have now without that.
Yeah, she just wants to support what I want.
Right. So let her know that's her new role.
Mm-hmm.
And introduce her now in this new role to the others.
Okay. Yeah, the others are a lot more friendly to her now.
Yeah, good. And then also before we stop, let's bring in the parts that we're so worried about going there and feeling too much and all of that, and just see how they're reacting.
Yeah, they're relieved that it wasn't bad at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he had to feel some, but really we had let go of a lot. So,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So given that, let's think about a situation that would trigger you ordinarily. Comment from somebody and just see how it feels now.
Okay. Yeah, my teenager is the one that, yeah, she's saying I'm really trying to work on that compassion.
But how did the 10-year-old react? Did she feel as heard, in other words?
No, the 10-year-old I felt like was, yeah, she's like behind the teenager.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and just, she's not saying anything or reacting.
She's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then maybe just ask them, all of them, including the teenager,
Mhm.
to let you handle the situation. And, see how that goes.
Yeah, the teenager's like, okay. She wants to.
She wants to
She
nail
wants
it.
to jump in.
Right.
Yeah.
But she let you do it?
Yeah.
And how did you do it? What did you say? What did you do?
I stood in front of all of them and didn't react.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So how's all that feeling now?
It's exhausting.
You did a lot.
Well, yeah, yeah. It's a lot in a short time.
Yeah. Okay, does that feel complete for now?
Yeah, it does.
So thank your parts for
Okay.
taking this big risk,
Yeah.
and when you're ready you can come back out. How do you feel now, besides exhausted?
I just feel lighter.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So this was great. You unloaded a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It will stick if you follow up. It may not if you don't.
Okay.
So by that I mean, on a daily basis, visit these parts,
Mhm.
and however you want to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you meditate, part of your meditation, and watch the video. And some people it really helps to map it out, so it's external. You can look at it and remember.
Yeah.
So whatever it
That's a
takes
good
to
idea.
remember it
Yeah.
and be clear about it, but to take these seriously as real inner beings that really need to feel like you remember them and you're not abandoning them again,
Mhm.
then it will stick.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes 100% sense.
Okay.
Yeah. They need continual tending.
Yeah, they're little real beings.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, and you not to shame you, but you've been quite negligent
Yeah.
as an inner parent. So
Right.
because you blended with these other parts that said they're too much or whatever they say.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It makes sense.
Okay.
Good stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we can stop the video.
Okay. You're getting lots of pop-ups.
I don't know what's going on with that.